pastie dough. Take your dough out, cut it, so boom, boom, boom. And really, pastie can be big or small. It kind of depends on how you want to serve it. And it's very rustic. That's why I love English meat pies. It's very, very rustic. So throw a little flour on your board. And basically, you don't want it to stick. Okay. Pastie dough goes down, a little bit more flour on top. Yeah, that. Okay. And then you're going to roll it out. Very similar to rolling out pizza or pie dough. The thing is you don't want to spend a lot of time rolling it out. It warms the butter up. If it sticks, add a little bit more flour on tops or to the sides. They'll kind of talk to you, let you know what's going on. I love English meat pies. You can freeze them. They make great entrees, like little appetizers. You can serve it as a little amuse-bouche. So roll it out. Okay, and then you're going to take your filling. Cold. Key, it must be cold. Okay. So you can make about 6 pasties with this, really. And I use my potato in here. Okay. Potato goes in here. All the yum yums in there. And then really, you fold it over. Just like we do with an empanada. Okay? Now, we've got to close this bad boy up. To close it, we use glue in the form of an egg. Or you can use water, you can use milk. The egg is much easier because I'll show you, it's kind of dual purpose. So, coat all of it with a thin layer of egg. Just like so. Close it up with your hand. Okay, now we want to trim away this dough. You can use a pizza cutter for this, it doesn't really matter. But basically you want to trim away any excess dough. Okay, when we get to this point, we're going to take some insurance out. If we just baked it like this, you have a chance of it seeping out the sauce. Okay, so we're going to fold it over underneath each other. Boom, fold it underneath, fold it underneath, underneath, all the way over. I'm taking a little bit of insurance out here. Okay, and then we're going to close it up. You can use a fork, you can use a knife, and basically you want to close it up. It gives it a nice look to it, but also it closes it up even more. Okay, goes on here, don't need to spray this. Egg wash. Here's the thing. If I only egg wash this amount right here, it's going to show. Because the egg wash has, the egg is protein, right? When we brown the protein, we get the Maillard reaction, right? Okay, it'll show. If you not egg wash all of this, you'll see what will happen. So take the time to egg wash the sides, the top, the seal down here. Take your knife, cut little slits. You could do fancy, cool stuff. I've done it many different ways. But really you just want some vent slips. If you don't have these slips, what will happen, it'll push through the sides here when it starts to warm up. Okay, last but not least, hit it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. This makes a world of difference when you taste it. How do we know when this is done? Golden brown, exactly. We're not waiting for the beef stew to get done because it's already cooked. We're waiting for this to turn golden brown. Let's throw this in the first oven, please. Convection on. Any questions on pastie? No. Okay, let's move on. We got lots of stuff to cover. Okay, next up. Want to do cabbage or bulgur first? Cabbage. Cabbage. Good. Okay, so take your cabbage. What I like to do is take the outer leaves off, a little older. You'll get a little bit of root in here. Cut it out like so. And then you want a fine shred with your knife. You don't need a lot. When does the cabbage grow? What time of year, folks?
Winter.
It's in the winter. So let's take this versus spinach. When does spinach grow?
Spring.
That's springish, summerish. Take your pot, start to get it hot. Okay, so spinach has more water in it. Okay, that means it shrinks down. Cook 5 pounds of it, it'll shrink down to less than a pound. Cabbage, on the other hand, it's going to keep all of its integrity. Okay, so if I start off with this much, you're going to have probably about this much to serve. It does not wilt, if you will. Okay, heat your pan up, throw in a little bit of fat of some sort, just a smidgen. And then you'll start to throw in your aromatics. So I'll use a little bit of onion. Hear the sizzle? The sizzle you want to hear. If you're not hearing that sizzle, your pan is not hot. I'll say that would probably be enough. Okay, so all we have is here a little bit of fat, some onion, some cabbage. Quick little saute on this. Then you have an acid in the form of apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar. When I tell you a vinegar, use a vinegar, not a wine. Okay? Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Goes in here. Followed by just a smidgen of sugar. It does not need a lot. Followed by a little bit of stock. Now, unlike when we braise meat, when we braise meat, we serve the sauce with that meat. When we braise vegetable, that sauce, the liquid in here does not get to the vegetable when we serve it. We strain it out. Bring it to a boil, we'll cut to a simmer, and then we will cook it until it's tender. Taste, taste, taste. Not by looks, taste. This is very important. Liquid should always cover the top of here. Or what will happen, less liquid, more browning on the cabbage. You do not want this. Okay, you want a moist cabbage. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Next up, bulgur. I love bulgur. It's better than rice, I think, in my opinion. Costs more to produce in a restaurant, yes, but it's delicious in taste. Anybody know anything about bulgur? Okay. What else? What's the flavor profile? Anybody?
Nutty flavor.
Nutty flavor. Good. Same concept. Put our heat down. Do not season this until afterwards. Okay. It goes for almost everything. Okay, fat goes back in. A little bit of fat. And then we have our aromatics. Celery, onion, carrot. You can use mushroom, whatever we like. Throw a little bit of garlic in there for goodness. What are we looking for when I drop this in there?
Sizzle.
The sizzle. If I don't hear sizzle, what's happening? Just right now. Not too hot, see? Good, it's a thing, you need to think about this. If you not hear sizzle, basically speaking, you're not sauteing. What's the difference between sweating? What's sweating?
No color.
And what? Lower heat and?
No color.
I'm sorry? No. Think about it. Do you sweat more when you're outside? On a day like this, 60 degrees. Do you sweat more outside or do you sweat more inside?
Outside.
Do you sweat more outside? So if I confine you to this room, okay, so think about it, sweating. Lower heat, okay, not a lot of browning, if any browning at all. You gotta have a top on that sucker. Okay, because the liquid comes up and it drops back down in when we sweat. And when we saute, we want all that moisture to be gone. But not in sweating. Okay? Not that you're sweating here, for example. Throw my little garlic in. You can slice or mix your garlic. One of these days I'll teach you a technique called doré. So when you slice garlic and slowly infuse it in the oil, your bulgur will go in. Grab your chicken stock or your water, whatever you like to use, really. And by the way, you guys made chicken stock in CF2 and CF1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We make chicken stock. You see the color? This is the chicken stock I made with my class last term. It's beautiful. Okay, it's gelatinous. Okay, when you have a stock that is very cloudy, you cook it too long. Stirred it too much. A little bit of the note.
Did we go back and get any frozen chicken stock?
No, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. So, this is going to go to one of the back burners. Can I have a paper towel, please? Sometimes pilots don't like. So a quick fix is using this to work healthy. Okay? Alright, so we have our bulgur working. We have our cabbage working. What's next? We have our meat pie working. What do we do now?
Pork loin.
Last is the pork.